Hope you guys are doing well. Oh my god, it's so hot. I'm already sweating and the live hasn't even started. Please tell me if you can hear my microphone. Yeah, good evening. Let's have a fun and positive nighttime chat tonight. But yeah. Whew, thank you guys for coming. I was like, I didn't want to be by myself, so this is really, really nice. So yeah, hello everybody. I have a lot of things I want to talk about, actually, a lot of things. Not just recent events. I'm going to take this off, I can't see shit. I'm really like sweaty and I did a lot today, so I don't look as cute as normal. So I thought I'd put glasses, but actually the glasses weren't the move today. Thank you so much, Ozzy-Osan. Alisa said, can hear you. That is the best. That's all I want to hear, honestly. Thank God. Hi guys, I'm like still shaking. Sorry. Thank you, Ozzy-Osan. Actually, Ozzy-Osan gave me the best advice today. He's like, if someone's following you, then just use like YouTube Live, and then they'll see that you're live streaming, and they'll leave your live. I thought that was really, really good advice. Whew. So, good evening everyone. I hope you're having a good evening. My day actually wasn't bad. I had to go to the visa office today and renew my visa. And I got the paperwork together. I went to the visa office and I was very surprised. I was in and out in 10 minutes. And I think that's because recently they've did this like online service for your visa. And honestly, there was no one there. I was in and out. It was great. So I thought I would celebrate by making myself a little dessert. And yeah, then some other things happened. I think it's fine. Hi guys. Hi Kev. Hi Glitch. Hi Lekia. Hi Ozzy-Osan. Thank you for coming. I'm super sweaty because my gaming room doesn't have aircon, and I bought like this cheap fan off Amazon, which is good, but obviously I can't have it running when I'm streaming, so you're gonna just have to deal with like really sweaty bunny. I'm already like glistening. Let's just pretend that it's highlighter. So anyways, you guys are here, so maybe I'll start my story now. The live advice is good. Yes, it was good. Yeah, I'm gonna reiterate that advice later because honestly it was great. Ozzy-Osan always gives like really, really good advice. So yeah, let's just start. So yeah, I went to the visa office, got my stuff done, and then I wanted to make this dessert. I made this dessert, like this Filipino dessert with, sorry, I can't even talk. I made this Filipino dessert with coconut milk and ice and condensed milk and like fruit. So I went to the proper fancy supermarket and I was like, okay, because they actually have like coconut milk and cheaper fruit, even though I ended up getting like mostly canned fruit. So yeah, I went there, and hi new people coming in. So yeah, I went to the supermarket, and on the way down to the supermarket I see this foreign guy sitting on the bench. He was, I don't know, I'd say he's like white passing, and he was wearing like a fucking fedora, and he had a beard, and he was just sitting there on his phone. I didn't think he noticed me at all, so I went into the supermarket, got my stuff, and left. There aren't like a lot of foreigners around my area, so when I do see a foreigner, I do like think, oh, like that's interesting, there's a foreigner there. So I got my stuff, I went back, and this supermarket is on the other side of the station, so I had to go all the way through the station. I had to go down and up, and then I live quite far from this supermarket, so I went like up and around and up and around and up and around, and like honestly it's not a route that most people take because my house is purposefully somewhere that's a little bit out of the way. Fedora, how many pounds was he? Oh my god, he actually wasn't, he didn't look like a Reddit mod. No, he wasn't like overweight or anything, he just looked like a guy, like a dude. So yeah, so as I was walking, I'd been walking for like 15 minutes, and then behind me I noticed there was someone behind me, like directly behind me, which is weird because there's like no one around, and it's a guy, and I recognized him as a guy from outside the supermarket, and I did freak out a little bit because this is like a wild route. There's like a very slim chance that this guy had to go my way. So I thought, I always test the waters a little bit, so I slowed down, and then he slowed down, and then I crossed over and I pretended to get a drink from the vending machine, and he just stopped on the other side of the road opposite me, like on his phone. And I don't want to like straight up just like accuse men out of nowhere of being like creepy stalkers or whatever. So I pretended to get a drink, and then I went back the other way to like a road I'm not so familiar with. So we're walking down there, and he does a complete U-turn, and he starts following me. And I pick up the pace, and he picks up the pace. I'm like, oh fuck. And like, I'm pretty sure this guy's following me at this point, but I'm like, maybe he just wants to like, I don't know, ask for my number or something. And then, oh, thank you, someone subscribed. That just scared me. So yeah, then we're walking along, and this is that horrifying part. I'm walking faster and faster, and he's walking faster and faster. I'm like, what do I do? And I know there's a lot of old ladies who live around where I live, and I have a best old lady friend, and she'll definitely be home, and because she's a hikikomori, so I'm like, I'll just go there. And I'm like, I think if I go down this street, maybe I'll get there, and I'll probably shake him off. So I went down this street that I wasn't familiar with, which is on me, honestly, and it was a dead end, and I'm like, oh god. And I turn around, and he's right there, like he's straight in front of me, and I'm like, I honestly I don't really get this a lot, but this is one of the times I was like, is this it for me? Like, for real, like, it was, I've been through a lot of like horrifying, terrifying, weird, dangerous situations, but this is one that genuinely, I thought, this could be it, guys, this is it, lads, it's the end of Capsule Bunny. And then, yeah, he just came up to me, and he's like, where are you from? I'm like, oh god. And I just said, oh, I'm from America, and I have my phone in my hands, and I'm like already mailing people, like, I think I was mailing Yumeji, and he's like, are you okay, do you need help? And I'm like, oh, maybe I looked lost I don't know. And I'm like, oh, it's okay, I'm just waiting for my husband, he's coming to pick me up. And he's like, he went to grab my arm, and he's like, is your husband here right now? And I said, yeah, he's just around the corner, he's coming to go, like, to get me, I'm fine, I don't need your help, thanks, bye. And I like pushed him off, and then I went around the corner and caught my breath because it was super hot, and I've been walking for like 20 minutes at this point in the heat, pretty fast. And then I was like, that's it, I thought he'd left, and then he come back, and he's trying to like, I don't know if he tried to grab me or he was like really coming really, really close to me, and he's like, oh, well, like, he said, I'm always here for you, you can look for me anytime, baby, and like all this weird stuff. It was just like didn't make sense, and he got so close I could smell that he smelled a little bit like alcohol. And yeah, he wasn't like super drunk or anything, but I don't know, it just was unsettling. So I just like ran past him and then went towards my house. He followed me, I went the other way, and as he went down one road, I dipped down the side street, ran to my house, and used my key card. Luckily, I just have like a key card, and got in, closed the door, ran to my little monitor screen to check if he was there, and then like 20 seconds went past, and I see him. It's like a long like yard kind of thing. I have kind of like a front porch that goes on quite a while. My house is not easy to find, but at the end there's like a stairwell, an outside stairwell, and I could see him going down and then going back up and like looking around and looking confused. And then after a while he left. So yeah, that's what happened. And I don't know why this shook me up so much. But yeah, milady. Yeah, so like that's what happened. Hey, are you doing okay after this story today? I'm okay, honestly. My issue is that like I'm a pretty anxious person already, and like I was already diagnosed as like PTSD, but it's not from like stalking or anything like that. So I think just like any like danger really spikes my adrenaline levels, and I was fine at the time, but when I got back I just like froze. But luckily at that time, when you're in the situation, for me personally, I don't freeze up. I was able to like quickly think in my head which is the fastest way to go, which road. The only thing that I really messed up was that I went down that road, it was a dead end, and I shouldn't have gone down a road I didn't know, honestly, but I just wanted to get away from him. And someone asked if I took any pictures of him, and I just didn't think of it in that time. I don't think I would have been able to, like, without like provoking him. And then when I saw him on my monitor screen, he just walked up and then walked down like a few times. But I realized now that I could have recorded it on my thing, but he was far away anyways. Like I don't know how much of evidence that would have been. I don't even think like you could really see. It was just like a man in a fedora, like at a distance. So yeah, like looking back, there are a lot of things I feel like I could have done, but realistically I'm just glad that I'm safe. Sorry to hear about your annoying experience. The man is not quite normal. Yeah, I mean, I think, I don't know what his goal was at the end of the day. Like, I don't understand, because it's clear from the start. Like, I give men the benefit of the doubt. If you you shouldn't, like, try to, like, follow women. But, like, if you go and you try to ask for her number, that's one thing. But I made it clear. I said I had a husband and I wasn't interested. And he came back. Like, what was the end goal here? Like, I don't understand. Ben said, what's the law like when in Japan when it comes to unaliving an attacker in self-defense? Like, this is the thing, because, like, a lot of people are like, oh, well, like, if that was me, I would have punched him, or, like, why didn't you do this, or why didn't you do that? It's like, honestly, if I fight some attacker, the police would just arrest both of us. Like, particularly when you're a foreigner, that's the hard thing. Like, you don't want to get in any altercations, because you don't know how it's going to end out. I know a few people that have been arrested because of being not in a situation like this, but they had to go into altercations, which they weren't necessarily in the wrong. But if police arrive, they're just going to see an altercation. And I'm not exactly sure like how it would be with two foreigners, because they would assume that we know each other. And I had a situation before where the police were involved when I was reporting a crime, and because there was another man there who reported it with me, the police wouldn't believe us that we didn't know each other, even though like we weren't committing any crime, and we just like coincidentally saw a crime happening and we both reported it at the same time. The police were convinced that we knew each other when we weren't, and there was no like, there wouldn't be any reason for us to lie. So it's just stuff like that. I mean, you're literally followed around by a creepy dude. It's okay to be shaken up like that. Yeah, this time I did get pretty shaken. I've had like some weird things happen in Japan, but like again, people always say like Japanese guys are creepy, but most of the bad things that have happened to me have been like weird foreign guys. I think partially that's because like Japan attracts a lot of foreign men who watch Japanese porn or like anime porn or hentai, whatever, and they come here thinking that like they're gonna go on a train and like grope someone or something, and the person's gonna like it. Like, I don't know what their mindset is, but yeah, it's just been a day. It was already sucky because I went to the visa office. I mean, that was fine, but I don't know, I could have just done without this, honestly. And like, I had a bunch of stuff I wanted to do. Like, I wanted to make some content when I got home, but I just couldn't. Like, my body was just like jelly. Alisa said FaceTime someone, have him in the background. Yes, a few people suggested this to me, and I honestly didn't think of this at all until today, since people suggested it, and I think that's quite a good idea. Someone said FaceTime. Ozzy-Osan said like do a YouTube live. That could be a pretty good idea too, and then if something happens, at least it's like on record. But yeah, what a day. Sane said, the police in Japan don't do shit when it comes to situations like this. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, it really does depend. Like, I have friends where they reported stuff. Like, my friend reported when her underwear was stolen off her balcony. And the police did, like, patrols around her neighborhood for, like, the next 2 weeks, which was really, really nice, actually. But then, I think I mentioned on my stream before that one of my friends, her house was broken into by a man. Like, her and her roommate woke up one day and there was a whole man in their house, and they went downstairs and there's a man there and a Japanese guy who spoke English. This is a weird thing, I don't understand. And then they're both freaked out and they're like, what are you doing here? And he said, oh, I just wanted to take a shower, I'm sorry. And they started freaking out and he left. They went to the police, and the police said to my friend, maybe it's because your boobs are so big. Like, that's what they said to her. Maybe it's because you have big boobs. So yeah, I don't know, like, I hear stories, like, I've had mixed results in dealing with the police here. I've worked with a policeman that was really, really nice over something, and really, really, I wouldn't say helpful. He was kind of incompetent, but he was really, really nice. And then I've had situations with police that weren't favorable. But I think that's the same, honestly, in every country. Like, it just depends on who you get that day. So yeah. Well, let's be honest, they're useless anyways. Yeah, that's the thing, like, I don't know, because a lot of people told me to call the police. I could call 110 and talk to them about it, but I think I'm just gonna wait and see if I see him again. This guy definitely doesn't live on, like, my side of the station, and I don't go to other side of the station, so I feel like I probably won't see, like, I feel like I'm not gonna see him again. And if I do, and if he approaches me again, I'm just gonna walk straight to the Koban. But for now, I'm just like, this whole situation stressed me out. I just kind of want to forget about it. Whew. Sorry, Mr. Policeman, let me remove my boobs real quick. ACAB always. Yeah, for real though. Yeah, not a lot of faith in the police in any country, honestly. But sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. As for now, I'm just happy that I am safe, and now I feel like if this happened again, next time maybe I would try to snap some pictures or something. But honestly, at that time, I literally just wanted to get away from him, and I feel like once you start taking pictures of people, maybe you, like, I don't want to do anything to aggravate the situation. Glad you're okay, buddy. Thank you. I am so glad. I just slammed the door behind me. I was so scared he saw where I live, because my house is notoriously hard to find, and the Amazon drivers always have to call me because they can't find it, and I have to give them, like, it's funny because it's in my non-native language, and that's not the problem. The problem is that I'm dyspraxic, so I'm always like, okay, go down the stairs and take your first right, no left, no right. I'm like, what can you see? Can you see a bicycle? No, turn left, no right. And so yeah, I think that from what it looked like on my monitor cam, it looked like he didn't even see the street that my house was on, because it's like, I know how to, I think in England we say like muse. It's on like a muse, so like I don't even think he saw where my house was. So hopefully he's not going to come back. I think one of the things I said to him, because I repeated that my husband was going to pick me up, and he asked me what I was doing around here, and I said, oh, we're going to go visit my husband's grandma, and she lives around here, so we're going to go there. So maybe because I said that we're visiting my husband's grandma, maybe he believed me and he thinks that I'm not going to come back, so that's good. I have a feeling that maybe this isn't like a stalker situation. This is just a creepy, gross, possibly dangerous man that is just gonna, he's probably following some other women around now, and that's terrifying, honestly, because I'm like, I made it away, but like, is he just gonna like go up the road and find some other women to do this to? Like, terrifying. Yeah, so I'm still pretty shooken up about it, but it happens, like, this kind of thing happens to women and men and all genders, honestly. It's just something that happens, and we just gotta try and stay safe and deal with it the best we can. But yeah, I could have done without it today. Yeah, if you take pics, it has to be extremely discreet. Yeah, because my phone is Japanese, so it makes the camera click noise. So how I get around that is I take pictures on Meitu or like any camera app. But to do that, I have to open my phone and like scroll through my apps and find Meitu. So it would take a while. And at that time, like, I was trying to text someone, but I was kind of like shaking. It was hard. Like, honestly, I don't normally react like this. I don't know why I had such a like visceral reaction to this guy, but I think it's just being trapped in that little dead end alleyway just really freaked me out. Dyspraxia is a binge. Yeah, for real. That's another thing. I'm so dyspraxic. I was like trying to like do something on my phone and I just couldn't in that moment. Because another thing about dyspraxia is if you are stressed or anxious, you become 500% more dyspraxic, which is so annoying. Visiting my husband's grandma is a power move. Like, I don't know where that came from. I do not have a husband or a husband's grandma. I don't even know how, like, I'm so bad at lying. I don't know where that came from. My, like, fight or flight just kind of, like, kicked in, and we came up with that. That's the best we came up with. I think I need to make, like, a story to, like, that I can just say that sounds believable. Oh, Bun, my cute cat is watching, and his cold is gone now. Oh, I'm glad your cat is better. My cat is here, too, somewhere. If I see him, I'll grab him, and he can join. I think he's asleep under my desk. I popped selfie mode on when men walk behind me for a while as a reflex. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I should have done that. Yeah, but like honestly, I thought that the guy was just gonna piss off, or I thought like I would just go down the side street and he would just give up. But I didn't plan that this guy was gonna follow me. We were like doing this dance for like 10 minutes. I don't even know how long it was. It felt long, and it's so hot today. It's like one of the hottest days. That's the other thing that scared me, is like I don't mind, like I'm pretty confident in myself. This guy wasn't that big. This guy was just a little taller than me, so I was like genuinely I'm like I think I can take him. But in this heat, when I'm so lethargic and tired from being out all day, I'm not so sure about that. Joshua said, more of the stories to have an old lady bestie you can go to and use as a cover if you need help. No, for real though, like, yeah, the old lady is very close to my house, so I was like, worst case scenario, I'll just run there. And like, she looks like the grandma in the story, right? So he'll just think it's her and then he'll leave me alone. So that was what I was trying to do when I went down that freaking alleyway. ETA said, hello, what's July K? Thank you. That's a very I might make a video about that. If you Google what's July K, probably it will come up with a better explanation. But July K roughly translates to landmine, and it just means, I know what July K is actually. It's a Japanese subculture style. It focuses a lot on mental health, and it has a lot of black and white and pink, and it has a very special, like, eye makeup. You can normally tell July girls from their eye makeup, the fact that they usually have twin tails and they color their hair, but it's very open to interpretation. If you go onto Instagram and you type July K and you just look at the pictures, you can probably see what kind of aesthetic it is. Unfortunately, there are such men who go after women in that way. But other than that, it was uncomfortable. Yeah, for real. Yeah, like I just don't know what the goal was there. And I don't know, like, sometimes if guys just try and approach me, and I try to be nice to them because, you know, like, you don't want to knock someone's confidence if they're just trying to ask a girl for her number, but when you start following people around, that's creepy. Like, I notice that sometimes when I have my earphones in and guys come up and tell me to take them out, I'm like, or guys who come up to me, a guy was like, came up to me on a bike at night in my neighborhood, and that freaked me out. I'm like, what are you doing? The men have no, like, if I was a guy and I was trying to pick up girls, like, I wouldn't do it in the most creepy way possible. Damn. What a day. What a day, lads. Japan weather has reached don't leave the building point. You are so right. Honestly, that's the other thing, is like I just don't feel so good recently because I've been under, like when I go to work, I'm under air conditioning all day, and the air conditioning is very, very cold, and it's making my nose run all day, and I'm going out into the humidity and it's really, really hot, and I'm going back into the cold, and it's just making me really, really unwell. In Japanese, they say natsubate, and it means summer fatigue. I definitely get like summer fatigue, and I definitely have that now. I feel like if this whole thing had happened like in winter or any other season, I would have handled it much better, but I just already don't feel good right now. So I think I mentioned this before, but this room that I'm in now doesn't have air conditioning, and I just have a fan, which I can't put on when I'm streaming, so it's like very hot. I think you can tell by like how I'm glistening. Alisa said, does Japan have bear spray? I bet that's legal to carry. I'm not sure, honestly. Japan, like a lot of the self-defense items you can carry are not legal here. Like pepper spray isn't legal. I think there is bear spray, but I don't think like the like if I have bear spray on me in Tokyo, they're probably not gonna like that compared to like if I'm in Hokkaido, right? Oh, thank you. Someone subscribed. Hi. I know it well. Have occasionally been on some city trips. In Denmark, it is very different from region to region. Yeah, like my hometown is way worse than Tokyo, honestly. So like, it's not like I don't feel like this is a Japan thing. My hometown honestly is way worse. So like, I feel much safer in Japan. That's another thing is that recently I feel even safer because nothing's happened for a while. And I think I did actually just like let my guard down a little bit. Lesson for parents is to teach your kids to treat people respectfully. Like in general, yeah, like I wouldn't mind if the guy had, even if the guy followed me, which is freaking creepy, if he was just like, hi, can I have your number? And I said, no, sorry, I'm taken. And he said, okay, have a nice day, and left, it would have been fine. Like, I don't understand why we had to do this whole thing. Jesus. Because that guy must have been freaking hot as well, running around my town for like 15 minutes. Because that guy definitely went out of his way. Like, there's no possible way. Where I live as well, this particular housing area, there's nothing. Like, there's no reason he should have been out there. You are allowed to carry a knife of certain size when you have a reason for it, like going camping, but I would not recommend it. Yeah, I just don't want to like stab anyone. Like, and like I feel confident in my ability to at least fight my way out of a situation. But that's another thing, like I don't really want to hurt anyone, to be honest. And if I stab a guy to death and the police come, I'm getting arrested. That's it, they're gonna execute me. They're gonna hang me. Oh man, I said the E word. I'm gonna get monetized again. My last stream got demonetized because we may have spread some conspiracy theories about a recent news event and then we got demonetized. But yeah. And I didn't even say it was staged. I said it looked staged. Okay, I'm sorry. That temp change can cause shock. Yeah, no, that's a thing. That's like a thing that everyone's dealing with. It's just that like going hot and cold, going on the train. And I had to take like 6 trains today to go to the visa office. So I was going in pure heat to pure cold, pure heat to pure cold, and I just don't feel good. I don't think that like humans are supposed to go like have such a big temperature drop so often. I think it's just very bad for us. Ozzy Olsen said, I don't know why, but that made me cackle. Yeah, I just don't want to stab anyone. I don't. As someone who has been stabbed, it's just like not what I want to do. And if you haven't seen my video where I was stabbed, I recommend watching it. It's called My Murdery Sister. But yeah, I really do not want to go to jail. I've been to Japanese foreigner jail. I've looked around and I don't want to go there. So I'm gonna try to like not stab anyone if it is at all possible. No, I don't understand. I was speaking to my friend earlier, and he said that he was walking down, he lives in Canada, and he was walking down a street and these guys approached him and called him like homophobic slurs and then tried to beat him up. And I said, like, I swear to God, some people are just like magnets for chaos. Like, it's always something for me. Like, I just want like a normal week for once. Like, it's just like always something. And today it was this, so great. I know as well, but sometimes you have to defend yourself. Yeah, but like, yeah, I don't think knife's the way about it though. Maybe something else. Like, I don't know, like, I'm so unlucky. If I tried to like slash to get someone away from me, I would definitely hit an artery, they would die. So yeah, we're not doing that. Sarah says, some department stores are ice cold. I don't get it. Oh, like the trains as well, like the aircon's wildly different, and then some cars in the train, they have one car in each train that's like lowered aircon, and I always don't read, and then I get on the train and it's that one, and then other times they're freezing. It just made me feel very unwell today because I had to go in a bunch of government offices, which are also freezing. So I was just not feeling good today. The summer is getting me. I have work tomorrow as well. And oh, thank you! Ah, Bear Spray Font! Thank you, Nichan! Yeah, okay. We're saving up for some bear spray. I'm not sure if that's it. We're definitely getting demonetized. But yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm gonna look it up what self-defense items are legal in Japan. I'm not gonna get like we're not like stabbing anyone. It's not gonna be like a knife, but I don't know. Maybe like knuckle dusters. I feel like even the thing is, you know who I blame? The Yakuza. Because of them, I feel like all of these weapons are banned because they go and beat each other up all the time. Yay, yay. Glitch said, I cannot stand ice cold stores. Yeah, for real. I get it because it is hot, and we have this problem at work. Oh my god, the classroom I work in at work is always freezing, and I tell them all the time, please, can we just not have it ice cold? And the problem is when students come, they're really hot and they like the feeling of being cooled down. They have a lesson for like 40 minutes and they piss off. But I'm there for 9 hours. I'm freezing. By 9 hours, I'm like shivering. I've been like tired every day. It's just awful. Like, Jesus. That one photo of you getting arrested would finally be real. If I do get arrested, please tell the news to use that picture of me. That would be great. I want to get, and I have a similar Lolita dress, right? I want to redo that picture again with Japanese police officers obviously in Japan. But I'm worried that if I ask them, they will actually arrest me. Like, if I go up to police officers and say, can I take a picture with you? They might just arrest me. Like, I'm not joking. Like, yeah, I need to start taking, like, a cardigan or jumper to work. UK has a lot of knife crime, and the recommendation is not to carry a knife. Yeah, that's the thing, because it's like, apparently if you own a gun in America, it's more likely that that gun can be used against you, which makes a lot of sense. I'm just gonna like not. It's becoming like Texas here, where they keep the inside of buildings too cold when it's blistering outside. Yeah, honestly, I just think it's not good for humans to constantly be like freezing cold and boiling hot. And then when you do go outside, the sense of temperature difference is so high, you end up feeling much hotter. Like, it's not good. And yeah, I had another weird thing happen. I'll tell you guys about that in a sec too. Not as weird, but like pretty weird. I always get sick during Japanese summer because of the AC. Yeah, I have really weak lungs, so the aircon just beats up my lungs, and I have to be under the aircon for 9 hours a day, and the work aircon is like old and dusty, so I probably also have like Legionnaire's disease or something. They should at least have rooms that are less cold. My workplace is like 3 rooms, so unfortunately not. Go to jail, get one of those massive back tattoos. Tempted. I was looking at them. So I complete Infinite Wealth. Excellent game, one of my favorite games. Amazing Yakuza game. And at the end, they credited the artist that designed the tattoos for the Yakuza characters. He actually lives in LA. So I was looking at his tattoos. I'm like, I won't get one now because I like onsen. But I know, unless Japan relaxes its onsen tattoo rules, I probably wouldn't get a tattoo because I love onsen. But if they do, then I would love to get a back tattoo. I heard that in the golden days in the US South, some girls would grow their nails long, and a whole bunch of them. That's a good idea. Like, I don't have nails because I had to pay 100,000 yen for my bills this month, so I cannot afford them. But maybe next month I'll get some like really, really long ones, and then I'll pierce their face with Momonga or Chikawa or something. Yeah, having my own cat claws would be kind of cool. I don't want to hurt anyone. That's the thing. I moved away from England, so I would stop getting into fights. That then Shikai arc. Yes. Oh, here's me. Yang said, my dad grew up in a horrible part of LA, and the people who were targeted always were the people who carried guns. Yeah, that's the thing. If you do have a knife on you, like... Also, if you have a knife on you and then you stab someone, they will assume that you carried a knife to stab someone. So that's also something. As opposed to if I just beat a guy to death, they'll be like, okay, well, that's self-defense. But if I had a knife, they'll be like, okay, well, this seems premeditated, so yeah. Viola said, so true, weak lungs gang, yay! A lot of my friends have weak lungs, actually. All the hot girls have weak lungs and ADHD, apparently. Honestly, I don't think I know one of my friends that doesn't have ADHD. It's like we attract each other, like, you know in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, they, like, people with stands just attract each other. We're like that, but instead of stands, it's ADHD. Back tattoo would be great. Yeah, it would be sick. I would get like a dragon with like an angel's halo and like some wings or something, and it would be like white and blue. Yeah, damn, that would be sick. Maybe one day. But again, I really, really like onsen, so that's why I don't have any tattoos. And also I'm a little bitch baby. I'm not sure if I could handle the pain. It's weird because I'm really good at handling like actual like blunt force pain, but I'm terrible at like little pin pain, like needles and stuff. I will show Bunny my nails. Like the nail polish is so grown out and chipped. Aw, I should paint my nails more, but I'm lazy. Nails are so cute, but it's so hard to justify the money they cost. Yeah. Like, my nails were normally, like, around 10,000 yen, and it's just a lot, you know, like, in a couple of months, maybe, I will go back to doing them, but for now, I want to kind of, like, I have other things I want to spend money on, so sometimes it feels a little wasteful, but when I have nails, I love seeing my own thumbs, like, on my, when I'm texting something, and the sound it makes, like the clack, 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 it makes me so happy, so that's, maybe it is worth it, like the dopamine you get. Plot twist, the whole chat is ADHD. Here's the thing, okay, who in chat has ADHD? And if you say no, you probably are just undiagnosed. I want to get a sick back tattoo as well, but I'm also poor and big tattoos are expensive. Yeah, I don't even know how much one of those tattoos will cost, because you'd have to go to like a specialized tattoo place. I want to get, because I don't know if you guys remember Gedraji. He's like he's an idol now, so we can't hang out anymore, actually. We can't, like, he's not allowed to be around women because he's an idol, so we don't really see each other anymore, but he got vampire teeth, like the teeth extensions, and they look really, really cool, and I would like to get them, but it was 180,000 yen, and I do not have 180,000 yen, so we're not doing that. Maybe one day. That would be really cool, actually. Yeah, maybe vampire teeth, and then back tattoo. I don't even have, like, my ears pierced or anything. Talking about getting back tattoos. ADHD here. ADHD are here. We know, Glitch. We know. I'm not diagnosed, but my brother is. I have some bad news for you. Frex. You might have ADHD, actually. I feel like it might be hereditary because my parents definitely had ADHD, even though they were both very undiagnosed because they were old. They would definitely had a lot of ADHD. And my sister does, yeah. I just got diagnosed yesterday and started Stratera. I hope it works. Let us know how your medication journey goes. I am just raw dogging life, So I considered getting medicated, but I don't want to get medicated in Japan. If I were to get medicated, I would do it in a country that had like better medications. We're not allowed stimulants here, so yeah, I feel like I'm fairly functional. Joshua said, R.I.P. I can never be an idol. I mean, these idol guys, they just hang out with girls like super on the low down, so you'd be fine. But I actually wouldn't want to be an idol either. It seems like there's a lot of rules. 180,000 yen. Yeah, that's a lot of money. Not my proudest moment, but I will admit this to you guys because we're on chat. But I did Mal, the dentist that did his teeth. I was like, hi, I'm a very small YouTuber. Can you give me a discount if I film or like I credit you guys? They did not respond. I'm like, damn. I never do like the influencer thing. I never usually mail companies trying to get free stuff or like discounts, but in this case I was like, actually I do really want this, but they didn't reply. Unknown Pleasure said, ADHD gang, I am undiagnosed, same, but pretty sure I have it, same. My mom is so good at concentrating on something and I am the total opposite. I also did like an online autism test the other day and it said I showed lots of signs of having autism, and I'm like, nah man, pick a struggle, we're not doing this, so we're gonna ignore that. No, it's not bad news, it's good news. Undiagnosed but kind of self-diagnosed. Now that's a good thing, like, because I know people say that you shouldn't self-diagnose yourself, but you don't know you have a thing unless you kind of feel like you have a thing, right? Maybe I'll film a video where I get myself tested for ADHD at the clinic that my friends go to in Yoyogi, I think it is. But I don't know, I'm gonna have a piece of paper that says I have ADHD, and I feel like I will still have the same amount of ADHD as before I went, so I haven't been like in a rush to get that. And I'm also like, I also don't really want to take medicine, so I don't see if there's much point. I've had my diagnosis since I was 8 years old, so it's something to live with through time. But you get to know your strengths better and everything else. Yeah, that's the thing, like, because before I thought about having ADHD, like, there was a lot of things that didn't make sense about myself, and a lot of things made me a little bit frustrated about myself. But then when I found out, oh, okay, a lot of these things are ADHD, I was able to look online and see how people with ADHD manage things, and it really, really did help. When you know, like, what you're going against. Also, I don't at all think that having ADHD is a bad thing, and like, I was speaking to my friend about this. The kind of bad thing was, she was diagnosed with ADHD when she was like 37, and she said like this whole time she thought she was a really interesting, quirky person, and she's like, was it just ADHD all along? She's like, is everything interesting about me just because I have ADHD? And I think that too, like, I think that I have a lot of hobbies and I'm quite interesting, but maybe it was all just ADHD in the end. Also, Stratera is legal in Japan. Yeah, I have some friends that have been on it, and their reactions were a little bit different each time. Maybe I'm gonna see how this year goes. I feel like my problems that I have, maybe ADHD is like low on the totem pole of things I need to worry about, so yeah. Is your mic on? It should be. It should be. Do you guys hear me? It should be. If you need material on autism and ADHD, or ever want to talk about it, let me know. I have both, and since it's my special interest, I'm currently better at diagnosing people than a licensed therapist. That's excellent. Yeah, no, that's very, like, I don't know if you're in the Discord, but that would be great, because I feel like everyone in the Discord has ADHD or autism or something like that, which is great, honestly. It's a very, very safe place. Yeah. I will get a diagnosis for my ADHD. I've been diagnosed, so far I've only been diagnosed for dyspraxia and PTSD. So like those two things. Dyspraxia is also something that is kind of connected with ADHD. Like a lot of people who have ADHD have dyspraxia, but it also can be confused. Like a lot of the symptoms overlap. So that's also quite interesting. Audio seems to be low for me, but it's fine. Last time I tried playing with this, I fucked up. I put it all the way to the top. So, I don't know. Let me move my mic a little bit closer. I think it's going to be in the shot if I do that. There we go. Yes, I'm in the Discord. Sick. The only reason I think it's best to get an official diagnosis is because sometimes you learn you might have another diagnosis to what you think that's similar. Yeah, that's another thing because, as I mentioned, dyspraxia is very similar to ADHD in some aspects. My doctor thought I had ADHD, but I was diagnosed as being autistic. Yeah, here's the thing, because in my, like, smooth-brained, knuckle-dragging knowledge of mental illnesses, is I always thought that, like, autism and ADHD were very opposite on the spectrum, right? My image is, like, people who have, because I know it's, like, you can't generalize in this way, but this is my image, is that people with ADHD they get distracted quite easily, and their minds are a little bit noisy and chaotic, whereas people with autism are a lot more ordered and are good at organizing, and their brains are maybe a little bit more logical. Like, that's just my stupid image, that I always assume that I probably wouldn't be autistic because I'm the least logical, organized person in the whole world. I would not have chosen to start medication if I wasn't in school, or if my job didn't require me to focus so much. Yeah, like for me, my thing is like I'm fine, but the only thing that overwhelms me is like paying my bills, because I have so many, just like normal like living in Japan bills. So it's like I don't have any debt or anything, but that and studying, like I really should be studying Japanese every night, but I just can't. Like so maybe that would help me in some way if I was medicated. We gather like ducks to park bread. So true. I believe in duck typing. If it works like ADHD, quacks like ADHD, responds well to ADHD advice, it basically has ADHD. Yeah, like, I feel like I've read a lot of forums with people with ADHD, and I did read a lot of advice, and a lot of it did help me. So, and the thing is, it's like everyone's ADHD is so different. Hello, Chibi! Ozzy Olsen said, no, autism is kind of like the ADHD hyperfocus, but in general towards life. Alisa said they only ever studied autistic and ADHD men and boys before recently. Oh my god, this is another thing. And this is a sad thing that I have with teaching kids, because I used to work in a lot of like big schools. There are so many like girls who have ADHD, and they were just like me. I think it's like inattentive ADHD, where they just kind of like zone out, and they're really dreamy. So they're not, like, they are academically gifted, but they never do their homework. They lose everything. They get their like school papers, and they just put them in their bag. Like, it reminded me of me so much. But we have a lot of boys that are diagnosed with ADHD, and they only diagnose because they're like hyper and like aggressive and stuff like that. And I feel like that's still people's image of ADHD is just like really hyperactive and really aggressive, but it's not always like that, because there are different kinds, and it does show a little bit differently in women sometimes, so it sucks. I feel like a fraud because I'm textbook neurotypical. We need one neurotypical person here. Like, we need one. There's always one. Each friend group needs a neurotypical person. Me and my friend group have one German guy who's neurotypical, and that's our token NT person. Girl, stop. You're describing me with an inattentive one right now. No, for real though. Like, it sucks, because that's the thing. If you have inattentive, that's it. We probably won't get diagnosed until you self-diagnose yourself way later in life. And by that time, the damage was done. I'm just so mad because all my teachers were like, yeah, she's extremely academically gifted. She just cannot do her homework and she like zones out all the time. I'm like, how did no one catch on to this? No adult in my entire life. The thing is like, I guess I did grow up in like the 90s when people weren't as like savvy about this kind of stuff. But like now there's no excuse. Can someone remind me of the Discord link? I can't seem to find it. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Go on Discord. Wait, I'm so bad at this. Where is it? Ah, I did it! First try! See? I'm not that much of a boomer. Here we go. I'm gonna be the first one to post the link. Watch this. Yay! Lola, homework. That was me. Oh my god, the worst part is like, I started to go to Japanese classes at night last year. Maybe it was last year, yeah. And I did so well in them, and I just couldn't do my homework. Again, at my big age, I just didn't do my homework, and I hated myself for it because I really wanted to do it so bad, and I just couldn't do it. And so, like, yeah, I mean, it wasn't a big deal, but it was just still, like, frustrating that even at this age, I need someone to, like, tell me what to do. I need, like, an adult. I need a neurotypical person. I have CTPSD, and that has some overlapping symptoms with ADHD. What is CTPSD? Please explain this. I am intrigued. Mickey, hi. Alisa said, can you pin the link so it stays? Probably. I'm just gonna keep posting it. Next time I'll post it in the bio, and then it will be there forever. But today I'll just keep posting it. Like, people normally have like bots that do that. Maybe I can figure out a bot. Judith said, oh my god, sorry for my life. I was getting in school for a while and I was failing because I didn't do homework. Still managed to graduate high school though. And my mom called me a space cadet. I hated it. I don't know how no one noticed. Yeah, it's like all these like really glaring signals. And I taught a lot of girls who had similar symptoms, and it made me really, really sad because no one believes that they have ADHD because they're not like hyperactive. So Japan's still very, very behind on mental health. Oh yeah, so if for any new people here, I told the story about earlier today, this like creepy man followed me home and ruined my whole day. So if you don't watch that part, I suggest going back because that's like the meat of this stream. But I have one other story actually from this week. So I tweeted about this, and I think we talked about this in the Discord, but there is this disease going around in Japan, especially right now, and it's called hand, foot, and mouth disease, and it's contagious, and you get like sores on your hands, feet, and mouth, and your skin peels off, you get like sores in your mouth and your feet, and it's disgusting, and I've seen pictures of it. It looks really uncomfortable and itchy and awful. And I think the symptoms for most people only stay like 3 days, and then they go. And it's mostly spread through children, like particularly kindergartners, and it spreads a lot with water. And now it's summer, and there's kids doing a lot of like water activities, so it's been spreading a lot. So your hair is so gorgeous, thank you. So yeah, like there's this horrible disease going around. And I saw a lot of people I know have this right now, and so I'm like freaking out. So I'm washing my hands constantly at work, I'm sanitizing, of course wearing masks, doing anything I can. And then I was at work, and I have a British woman coworker who's really, really nice. I like her a lot. And I went into her classroom to just say, you know, like, hey, what's up? And then she told me about this new lemonade that she was drinking. I'm like, that sounds good. And I had like lemon squash with me. I'm like, I have this and I like it quite a lot. And she said, oh, I've never had that one before. Can I smell it? And I'm like, okay. So she took my drink and she took off the cap and she smelled it. And she put on the cap, she gave it back to me. And I was like, oh, and as I was leaving the classroom, I was like, oh, by the way, be careful. I heard about this thing going around. Oh, Ozzy-san, thank you. Wait, let me read your comment. Oh god, I just saw a guy on a train with a big thing on his mouth after you told us about that. I thought that was it for me. Be careful. Yeah, like for real, like I'm not trying to fearmonger you guys. This is going around and people have lost teeth from this. Ozio-san, arigato. So, yeah. So, my coworker took my drink, smelled it, put the cap on, gave it back to me. And we were chatting for a while. So, yeah, I had been in her room. And then I said, by the way, there's this flesh disease. I don't know. It kind of like peels off your skin. And she said, oh, yeah, actually, I think I've got it. I have all these sores on the back of my neck. And I was like, and I had just taken the drink back, right? So I touched where she touched. One, if you think you have, and she told me she knows what this is. So I'm like, if you think you have this, why are you at work? And two, why are you touching people's stuff? Like, that's just wild, Jesus Christ. So I had to like throw my drink away. And I've been really worried because one thing you get is a fever. And last night I wasn't feeling too good because I think it's just because of the aircon. I feel a little bit better today, but I've just been like constantly, like it's like the T virus. Like I'm scared I'm turning into a zombie. I'm constantly like checking my hands and my mouth to see if I have any sores. But that was just wild. If I get that, I'm just not gonna go to work for like until it clears up because it's highly contagious. Like they should close the schools for this because another thing about this is like for children it's not such a big deal. Like they have it for 3 days and it's uncomfortable and then it goes. But for adults, it's kind of like chicken pox. It's way, way worse. And like as I mentioned before, some people have lost teeth and finger and toenails. So please be careful. If you are living in Japan now or you live anywhere with this going around, please make sure to keep washing your hands, sanitize, do everything you can because it sounds terrifying. Sergio said, you lose teeth? Yeah, for real. I was like, absolutely not. I'm not losing teeth. That's terrifying. It's not new. It's always been around, to be honest. Yeah, for real. Like, I didn't realize this because this is my first time hearing about it. And I've been in Japan for like 10 years. But for me personally, to know so many people that have it right now, I feel like this year is especially bad. Bro, I'll be in Tokyo in November. If my teeth fall out, I'm gonna scream. Yeah, November's probably fine. I think it's really bad in summer because it's so humid. That's the problem with like this humidity is because it's so like wet and dank. It just is all kinds of bacteria can form. And last year, I had such bad bronchitis and I legitimately thought I was gonna die. It was so bad. Like one day I was in bed, everything was black. Like my whole vision went black. It was terrifying. I was so sick. And it's just because like the dampness really gets in my lungs. I didn't get bronchitis this year, so that's good at least. Rest in peace. The universe is really trying to take you out right now. For real, like every day is something. Oh my god, today is creepy guy following me home trying to grab me. Tomorrow is gonna be hand, foot and mouth disease. There is also this flesh eating disease going around in Tokyo. I think a couple of weeks ago, like they said that 1,000 people call it in 1 week. So it is spreading. I'm probably gonna get that. Just like Jesus Christ. Sandom said, what's your favorite breakfast meal? Okay, so I'm gonna say English breakfast because I love it, but my favorite meal is actually, I love to make natto omelets. So you make like a regular omelet and you make natto, like you mix all up. You put the natto in the middle of the omelet, you spread in some cheese, you cover the omelet so it's like inside, and then you grate some parmesan on it, and then you add a little bit of soy sauce and some negi, like green onion. That is delicious. I also make avocado toast a lot at home. I'm a real big breakfast person, actually. I make really elaborate breakfasts. Bunny pox. Yeah, and that's gonna be the next thing, isn't it? Jesus Christ. Like, I swear, like, I told you that there's that, like, creature around my house. I think there's, like, a whole family of them. There's these animals called hakubishin, and I think they're called civets, and they're like maybe like this big, and they look like badgers or ferrets. Anyways, I'm pretty sure one of those is gonna bite me, and it's gonna make a whole new pandemic, like a whole new thing, like a flesh-eating lung disease or something. Like it's coming, guys. Eneko said, hello, coworker seems quite careless. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, she's really, really nice. Like, it's just like we need to be careful, because I don't want to get head, shoulders, knees, and hand, whatever this is disgusting. Like, oh yeah, because I'm not sure if you guys remember, but like last year, on top of bronchitis that almost killed me, I also got or was it the start of this year? Maybe it was the start of this year. I got friggin' Bell's palsy, which I didn't even know was a thing until I got it. Half of my face froze completely, and I couldn't close my eye, and I couldn't smile. And I looked crazy because only one eye, I was like winking at people all the time. I couldn't close my eye, and it lasts for 2 weeks before it gets better. It was just basically a bad time. Like, so yeah. Like, my law is that I just get really messed up stuff happen to me all the time. And like any just like wild card like disease. That's why when I saw this hand, foot, and mouth thing, I'm like, I'm definitely gonna get that. I know I'm gonna get that. So this time I'm hand sanitizing like every 5 minutes. Humid summer is death. Yeah, it's been awful, honestly. We're not even to August yet. It's just been way too hot. So many diseases. I hope there will not be another huge lockdown. I'd go wild. I would personally... Okay, first lockdown was... We didn't have lockdown in Japan, but the schools were closed. And my company at the time did pay us our full salary to stay home. So honestly, it was good for me. Not gonna lie. I just played like Animal Crossing all day, every day for like a month, and it was great. It gets to 44 where I am from, and Japan feels worse. Yeah, here's the thing that people don't get, is that in Japan, it's so humid that it just feels way hotter. Okay, let's check the weather. Oh, so now is only 29 degrees. But it says it feels like 30 because of the humidity. So yeah, it doesn't matter how hot it is in Japan, in the summer, it will always feel hotter because of the... It's like nantaga bulb, soft bulb. There is some scientific word for it, I forgot, but it's like the humidity. That's Texas, baby. I do really want to go to Texas, actually. Head and Shoulders disease, where you wash your whole body with the same product. Sick. I use Head and Shoulders. Also, I get dandruff, baby. I get everything. RIP, going to Japan in winter, anything over 20 is torture. Summer in Japan lasts a long time. Like realistically, from the end of May until the end of September is summer here. So come not in those times and you should be fine. Spring is nice. My beef, wet bulb, that's it. Thank you, William. There's a scientific word that I knew half of, wet bulb. You want to get my bulb wet? Sorry. Thank you, Yang. Wet bulb. I knew I wasn't crazy. I knew there was a thing for it. To be fair, aircon doesn't exist here. Yeah, this is one good thing in Japan, is that most places do have aircon. But in England, we don't have aircon. No one's house has aircon. I've never been to someone's house. Well, maybe because I'm poor and my friends were all poor. So I've personally never been to someone's house where they had aircon. And British houses are built very well. Like, they're all bricked up bricks, and they have double glazed windows, many of them. So they trap in the heat really, really well for winter, which is great to save energy. But in summer, as climates are changing, it's really, really bad. So I think another thing people don't understand about England is that even though the temperature might not seem that hot for us, the infrastructure does not support that level of heat. So even like in trains and buses, the aircon isn't that good. So that's something to consider. Like, I know, like, when anything comes up about like temperature, people always start fighting and they're like, well, I'm from blah 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 and it's way hotter there. It's like you have to take into account the people in that country. Are they used to that temperature? Are they used to that level of humidity? Does the infrastructure support it? Do they have aircon units? Like, there's so many different factors. Texas is weird but fun at times. There's a reason I live here instead. Yeah, I would like to go to Texas one day. I want to visit where Yumechi's from in the deep south and visit my friends in New York. And those on opposite sides of the country, so like maybe not in the same trip. I don't know. It says, okay, this comment was hidden by Joshua. I'm going to unhide it. It says, she wet my bulb to eye temperature. I see why they wanted to hide that from the chat. I'm glad you guys could witness this. I don't know anyone in the UK with aircon either. December clouds, you might just be poor. Cause yeah, I've never met anyone with aircon. I think I knew one girl who had she lived in like a giant mansion. And then I think she had like one aircon unit in like one room, and this was like incredibly impressive at the time. The sweaty USSR trams, oh my god. For real though, like in England, like the buses, I don't think that the buses have air conditioning, so I can't imagine being in England in this heat and like riding a bus. I remember being on the Northern Line in summer and the heater was on. Yeah, that's another thing. Sometimes the heater's on. It's wild. Yeah, so basically, when the climate wars happen, England's probably gonna go first. Yeah. I feel like I heard Hokkaido, because my idea for the climate wars is going up north, but even then, Hokkaido is pretty humid, so I'm not quite sure about that. To be honest, you'll never get used to summers in Japan. Like, for me, I handled them way better now. Like, my first few years in Japan, I used to get, like, heat exhaustion a lot more. A lot of it is, like, mental, because you're constantly, like, stressed. But now, I just take it really slowly, have lots of water, have my parasol, and stuff like that. And just generally, the only advice I can give people is to just take everything really slowly. Stay in the shade, make one plan a day, go out at 3 p.m., 4 p.m., and yeah, you should be fine. Because when you first arrive in summer in Japan, you want to do all this stuff, so you're going out all day. After you've been here like 5 years, you're like, man, it's fine, I'll just go to the convenience today, and then that's me done. Now in summer, I can't remember the last time I did something. I went to Chinatown the other day, and I got heat exhaustion, despite going out at like 3 p.m. I still got heat exhaustion. Glitch said, I used to literally live in a hot desert, but I never judge someone who thinks something is too hot. That's a good way to be. And I lived without aircon among the rattlesnakes for a while. That you should write a book about your life. Your life sounds really interesting. I don't have a problem with dry heat, but heat and humidity, my autistic ass just can't. Oh my god, like, the feeling of just being wet all day is disgusting. That's the same for me. Like, I'm fine with dry heat because my mom, when she was alive, she used to live in Alicante in Spain, and I used to go there quite a lot. And it is like almost desert. And that was fine for me. Like, I mean, you don't go out in the thing is like, people who are used to those climates, you don't go out in the middle of the day. You go out in the evening, in the morning, right? So as long as you do that, you're fine. And I didn't ever have a problem with the heat because it was so dry. But here, and the other thing is, like, in Alicante, it's cold at night. Not cold, but like it's cool. But here, even the nights are really, really hot, and that's the worst part for me. It's not about summer in Japan, it's about urban summer. I go to the seaside, homie. I go to the beach like once a week actually. I love the beach in Japan, so yeah. recommend, that's a good point actually, you should be at the beach. If you are in Japan right now, I recommend just going to the beach. Get there around 3:30 or 4, and there's still like 3 hours of sunlight. It'll be golden hour, and it's just really chill. Chat can come live in my basement. It has aircon and a toilet. That's what you need, aircon and a toilet. That's all I need in Japanese summer is aircon and a toilet. I don't know how Jedi girls in Japan survive in all that polyester. Like, yeah, for real. I want to wear more Jedi, but again, it's just too uncomfortable for me. And recently, I've started to wear more like tenshi ryosangata, so it does look like Jedi, but it's like white and blue. But again, it's all like blouses. I can't wear a blouse in this humidity. It would just be like wet. So that's another thing. Like, it's hard for fashionable people here. I haven't worn Lolita in a long time because just too uncomfortable. I can't wear Lolita for like 6 months of the year. For real, the polyester takeover makes the heat unbearable. Yeah, it's like everything's made from polyester now as well, and then it's just really uncomfortable. I'm really sensitive about fabrics on my skin, so yeah. I get like rashy. Miyuki said, I hate it when I went to school and I'm already so sweaty in the morning. My pencils slip out of my hands. For real. The other thing is, like, I don't know why, but in the summer, my eyeliner pencils all dry up and like my makeup goes all like disgusting because of the humidity. And I was trying to do my eyeliner, but it's just completely dry. So like, yeah, that's also a thing. And I used to have like Copic manga markers, and they completely all dried up, and they were expensive. I only buy vintage clothes because they are made out of natural materials. Yeah, I tend to just buy like secondhand stuff now. I don't shop for new stuff so often. Yeah, my Lolita friends at Bunka are struggling right now. I believe it. Like, it's very brave to wear Lolita in this heat. But I met my friend, I had like, I did like a vlog a few days ago, maybe last week, and where we went to Akiba. So my friend, she's like quite popular. She's Brazilian. Her name's Anna, and she always wears like cyber. She looks amazing. But we were talking about it, and I said, like, because it's so hot, I just wear what I want anyways. Like, either way, I'm going to be hot. And she said that in Brazil, they have a saying for this. It said that when you're in hell, you might as well hug the devil. Which means if it's so hot, you might as well wear something extravagant anyways, because you're going to be hot anyways. And I love that. So, when you're in hell, hug the devil. Time for giant graphic tees and no pants. Hell yeah. Headshot Harry said, have you seen the final Joker trailer? It's bloody brilliant. I haven't. I saw like a little clip of Lady Gaga. She looks amazing. I'm very excited for that movie. I haven't been to the cinema in a while. I've been meaning to go see that silent, what's it called? The movie with the cat and the monsters, and they've got to keep the cat quiet or the monsters. A Silent Voice? A Silent Place, maybe? Yeah, that's what I want to go see. And then I'll see the Joker movie. I'm such a jacket girly these days, and not being able to wear a cozy jacket is torture sometimes. Yeah, for me, I love like layering clothes, but if you have more than 2 layers now, you're just gonna sweat. And like having like lace socks and tights just makes me sweat really badly and gives me a rash. So it just sucks right now for like really fashionable people. It just really sucks. Silent Voice is really different. I think A Silent Voice, isn't that anime movie about the girl that's deaf and she gets bullied by some guy, but then they end up dating? Maybe that's it. Yeah, that's a different movie, yeah. Different vibe. Oh, and Deadpool and Wolverine is out. Yeah, I need to see that too. I might just have one day where I'm at the movies the whole day, which would also be nice and cozy and cool. Yeah, that's another thing, is that like vintage clothes in Japan can be very expensive. It's funny because like vintage clothes, people go to like Koenji and Shimokitazawa, but a lot of those shops send someone to America. They go to Goodwill and they buy loads and loads of clothes for like $1. They come back and they sell them for like 5,000 yen. And there's loads of T-shirts that say like Jesus loves you and stuff. It's really really funny. I was gonna buy this one T-shirt I saw in a shop in Koenji, and it was Winnie the Pooh, and it said, "Please don't do drugs." So yeah, I know it's Japan can be hit and miss for like vintage stuff. I read the manga. Is a Silent Voice movie good? I don't know. I haven't seen it. I've been meaning to see it. Sorry, I can't even speak English. I wish I didn't play the movie so loud. I can only tolerate the sounds from kids' movies. No, yeah, I also don't like how loud it is. The last movie I saw in the cinema was Mad Max, and that was pretty damn loud. Yeah, I feel like I had something else to tell you. What did we go through today? Okay, so one's a recap. The crazy guy followed me home, tried to grab me. My coworker almost gave me like a weird disease. Oh yeah, I was doing this really long job interview for a games company that makes clothes for people. And I had to do this really long project, but unfortunately I didn't get the final job. So yeah, I was kind of sad today already. That's why I was originally sad. I didn't get my job that I wanted. So yeah, I'm gonna keep trying. But it's good sometimes to, humble you a little bit. And I think that job was full-time, and I'm already busy with other things and moo, so like maybe working full-time and also having like 3 or 4 other jobs isn't a good idea right now. Hey y'all! Hi, Crit Spirit. Oh, I can never read your name. I'm so sorry. Like, I literally cannot read. New York Joe in Shimokita is great. Huge turnover. A lot of local vintage rather than bulk overseas imports. That's really interesting. Yeah, I feel like, because I always go to Shimokitazawa and I never know really where to look. I really feel like I need like a guide to show me around. That would be nice. Let's change up the vibe a little bit. We've been pink for a while. Let's go blue, maybe? No, it's not working. It's not working. Did the batteries die already? Jesus Christ. What batteries even are these? Yeah. Lame. That's what you get from buying off Amazon, I guess. You can see how sweaty I am. This is what happens without aircon in Tokyo. You always say it right. You're very nice, and I know you're very nice, but you are a liar. I've never said anything right in my whole life. And then I liked the movie as Silent Voice, but it also was kind of like able centric. Like, that did annoy me a bit. I heard that actually. I think I read something about this. I don't like redemption arcs for people like that. I know I shouldn't judge, but I was never interested in reading Silent Voice because a guy bullies a deaf girl. Oh my god, that's what I thought actually, because like I haven't read or watched it. Maybe this is why I didn't, but it really reminds me of Hana Yori Dango, like Boys Before Flowers. That was terrible, like, and I really enjoyed that when I watched it because I watched this like 15 years ago, and we weren't like as big critical thinkers back then, I feel like, about this kind of stuff. But in that, the main guy bullies her so badly, and like almost like he pays someone to like sexually assault her, and then in the end they end up getting together. Like, I personally also just don't like stories where bullies get with the person they're bullying. I don't think it's good. Like, it also encourages people to try and forgive and be like, oh, he's just mean to you because he likes you. It's like, that's not a good mindset that we should be teaching children. Domyoji. Yeah, it was Domyoji! Yeah, and it's a shame because I used to really like Matsujin, and I did really like Hanayori Dango, but that was not it. Like, at that time, even at the time when I watched it, I'm like, okay, this is too much. Like, he tried to get someone to sexually assault her, and then she still got with him. Like, wild. Stockholm syndrome is real, for real. Yeah. It's a shame because, again, I did quite enjoy Hanayori Dango. It's just a shame about that. And again, something, you know, like Japanese media isn't as good at stuff like that, like mental health and like bullying and stuff like that. So that also has to be taken into account. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe yeah, I think maybe I will watch it. There was this other anime movie where that guy turns into a chair, and then it's like a romance movie. Yeah, I want to watch that one. The one where the guy turns into a chair. That is probably like less ableist, maybe, or more ableist. I've seen Boys Over Flowers, Korean, and Meteor Garden. Good shows, but they can be cringy sometimes. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, particularly Japanese dramas can tend to be quite low budget, and there's a lot of like cringy stuff. Apparently, it's because Japan was so obsessed with Shakespeare, and you know how like Shakespeare if you watch the play, it's like hammed up, like that form of acting. Apparently, like Japan loves that so much, they try to keep that style of acting in their like dramas and movies and stuff like that. That's why a lot of the acting is very over the top, which can be enjoyable for some stuff, but sometimes can be pretty cringe, I'm not gonna lie. Like, my favorite Japanese dramas that I love are really cringy, and there's a lot of bad acting in them, and they're very over the top. Like, my favorite one is Tiger and Dragon, and I think it's on Netflix, or it was, and it's about a Yakuza who becomes a Rakugo performer. That's amazing, but like same kind of deal. And also Japanese dramas, and I feel like probably Korean dramas, but I don't know because I don't know a whole lot about Korea, but Japanese dramas tend to hire like the idol that's popular at the time rather than actual actors, because like in England most of our famous actors have been classically trained on the stage, whereas Japan is like whoever's popular at that time. And like America too has like acting schools or whatever. Favorite K-pop song right now is wait, let me open my Spotify. I like Bite Me by ENHYPEN because Yumichi took me to their concert and I saw it live and that was good. So Bite Me by ENHYPEN, love that. I like, honestly my playlist is super cringe actually. Actually, I didn't listen to that much. If you can recommend me good K-pop, please. I like that one song by Jungkook, 7. That's very, very good. I like a lot of New Jeans. Yeah, if you guys have any good, like, recent K-pop songs that are good, then please let me know. My Spotify list is really cringy. And, like, my ADHD definitely extends to my music. Like, I listen to a lot of, like emo music and metal, and then I listen to a lot of like Annie songs. And my favorite Japanese song right now is where is it? My favorite song is called I Wonder, and it's by Da Ice. I love that it's like a Japanese singer and his name is Da Ice. But yeah, it's called I Wonder and it's very good. Juve has said, I love Tiger and Dragon. I watched it a while back. That makes me happy. He's my favorite. Okay, so my favorite Japanese actor is of course Sanada Hiroyuki. But like obviously, and like I feel like that's so easy, like he's everyone's favorite actor. So my second favorite actor is Nagase Tomoyo, the guy who plays the main guy in Tiger and Dragon. He is so cool. I watch a lot of his dramas, and they're all really, really good. Like He plays the same character every time. But apparently, that guy, Nagase Tomoyo, Kiryu from the Yakuza series, is based off him. And I think I tweeted about this a while ago that I wanted him to play Kiryu in the new Yakuza series that's coming in November on Amazon Prime. They picked someone else who does not look like Kiryu. I wish they had picked Nagase Tomoyo. He looks just like him. He's based off him. The thing is like everyone said that he's too old, but I think he's fine. Like he still doesn't look super old, and I think he's only like in his 40s. It's like he's not like that old. Do you listen to Lamp? No, I don't. I'll look them up though. Yes, metal. Yeah, I listen to a lot. Like I listen to like System of a Down and stuff like that. I don't know. You should see Mexican dramas. I read a lot about Mexican dramas. I really should watch one. I used to watch some Bollywood stuff as well. I watch a lot of like random international stuff. Dramas from small countries with irrelevant languages are all comedies, no matter what was the original thought. You are so right. Like, me and my students were having a conversation about this, because my student went to the cinema and she saw a Japanese movie, and she asked me if I see Japanese movies, and I said I never normally watch Japanese movies, because like real life ones, because they're always so sad. They're always dramas, and there's always someone like riding a bicycle and someone behind them screaming no, and like someone has cancer, and then someone gets hit by a car. It's like depressing, and one thing I can't stand is just like depressing media. I don't want to watch something to cry. And then she was like, oh, okay. And then I asked her what the movie was, and she explained it to me, and then she's like, yeah, it was such a good movie, I cried so much. It's like, yeah, I don't really want to go to the movie theater to just like cry, you know, like it's not really like, I like playing a game that has an emotional story, like Yakuza 0, where I did cry a lot, or like, I don't know, Final Fantasy, where I normally cry at the end, where it's like a build up. But if it's the whole thing is just depressing, I don't like it. Chorbit said, Bonnie, do you have any VK band recommendations? I feel like I don't listen to any recent Visual K bands. I'm a super boomer, but my favorite Visual K band is SID, like Shiddo, SID, and they're like an anime-song band, but they played like songs from Bleach and probably Naruto, I feel like, but they have a lot of really, really good songs. The ones that aren't anime songs are also really, really good. So I like SID, and I honestly don't listen to a lot of Visual K anymore. I listen to a lot of anime songs, and like I listen to a lot of like Nightcore. And there's a foreign girl rapper called Pinky, and I love her music. She's great. I don't know if you guys love Pinky, but I'm a big Pinky fan. I'm not sure where she's from, but she's like a white girl, and she lived in Japan for like a long time, and I think she moved to America. But she does like kawaii rap, and it's really, really cute. But yeah, Visual K. Like, oh yeah, oh my god, like I listen to such old stuff. Like I listen to like Laruku, like Larkin CL, and Lunar C, and Anatsuchiya, and I think I mentioned this before, but like I was in a relationship with someone who was in a Visual K band, and for like many years. So I think I just got bored of Visual K, because like I was in that environment where I had to go to lots of shows and like meet lots of people, and I just kind of got bored of it. But I really love like OG bands. I think I like more J-rock than Visual K, actually. I love Sid. Yay! I love Pinky's Gyaru hair. She used to be an idol. Yeah, she's great. I love Pinky. Her lyrics are really, really fun. Her songs are really, really catchy. Like, really, really big Pinky fan. I hope I can meet her someday if she ever comes back to Japan. Anyone got any recommendations for some good Korean comedy shows? That's a good point, yeah. Again, with Korean stuff, I've only seen, like, love dramas. Okay, my favorite Korean movie. I forgot the name. Maybe you guys can help me. It's like, let me Google it. I'm gonna Google the keywords and maybe you'll know what it is. It's like Netflix Korean movie bondage. Love, is this it? Yes! Oh my god, it's called Love and Leashes. This is my favorite Korean movie. And it's about like this guy who is like like masochist, and then his boss is this like really dominating woman, and he introduces her into like S&M lifestyle, and they start doing it at work. It's really it's good. That movie helped me through some bad times. Yeah, I really like it. Mozart Requiem Nightcall. That sounds sick. That sounds exactly what I would listen to actually. Please try Limbo by SVT Jun and Sniper by SVT Hoshi. Okay, I'm gonna screenshot this. Sorry, we'll get it later. Give everyone your favorite song recommendations right now. I'm gonna put my ones in Wonder by The Ice, and it might not be for everyone. What else am I listening to? I don't know. Like, I've been listening to a lot of bullshit recently. My favorite song is One Last Kiss by Hikaru Utada. Oh my god, these songs are so lame. I need like a cool song. I like Seven by Jungkook. Yeah, okay. I put in my recommendations. If you listen to them and you think that they're bad, please don't tell me. Okay, that's totally my type. Okay, yeah, I'll put the movie name in. Love and Leashes. There you go. Yeah, it's great. It's on Netflix. Watch it. It is great. It's a comedy movie as well. It's silly. And, you know, I just like stuff that's just like, it's like light. It's like there's no deep thoughts. It's just completely chicken breast brained. I mean, I'm always listening to Cold Rain. I need to listen to Cold Rain. I also like 1 o'clock rock, 1 OK, 1 o'clock good, 1 OK rock, that band. Yeah, I like listening to them. So that's, I think they're similar to Cold Rain. Whenever I hear Cold Rain, I'm like, oh, but I already listened to 1 OK rock. So Scapegoat by Hello Sleepwalkers is one of my faves. Okay, I'm gonna screenshot all of these. I know that you like Acme, and a lot of people I know like Acme, so maybe that can be a good visual K recommendation. These are great. Okay, I'm gonna screenshot all of these guys. You guys doing great. Seven's lyrics are crazy when you hear them out loud in a store uncensored. I love Seven. I don't know if you guys have heard Seven by Jungkook, because he's like a K-pop guy. The lyrics are just talking about how much he wants to have sex with his girlfriend every day of the week, very explicitly. And people were really mad because they're like, a K-pop guy, like, he can't have sex. And people are really mad. So, like, they made, like, a clean version. And it's like, I want to love you every day of the week, which is hilarious. He drops a little F-bomb there. Yeah, like, so many stores in Japan play the Journey version of Seven. And, I was surprised that Japanese stores have no chill. They'll play anything. I remember when I went to Claire's Accessories and they played Nicki Minaj. She has a song on Pink Holiday called Sex in the Lounge, and there's this one line where he says, I wanna fuck your pussy like a dirty sewer. Yeah. And I'm like, this isn't like Claire's, and there's these little girls running around in like little fairy wings. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Benny said, hi Bunny, keep safe and I hope you're okay. Hi, I'm feeling much better now actually. Not gonna lie, I was shaking, and even before the live and like at the start of the live, I was shaking a lot, but you guys really calmed me down. I feel great now. I explained in detail what happened at the start of the live. If you want to hear, you can skip to the start, but yeah, I'm good, honestly. I feel like that guy's not gonna come back. I'm hoping so. Yeah, thank you. But it's true that fans are obsessive after poor Jungkook let the guy live. Yeah, honestly, like any K-pop guys, it's really, really sucky. Like, as I said before, like, and I can't say too much about this, but since my friend Gedraji became an idol, we can't hang out anymore because he cannot be seen with women. And something happened where someone took a picture of him and he was standing next to like a girl that he wasn't in any way affiliated with, and he got in trouble. So like someone tried to set him up. So there's already stuff like that. It's like dangerous. So yeah, stay safe out there, guys. I feel like the culture is slowly shifting, just like really, really slowly though. I'm still screenshotting these recommendations. These are great. I do love Mexican music as well, actually. I do actually really love all that music. Local radio in Japan played Head Honcho by Kim Petras at 2 p.m. on a Saturday. Dirty song. I love that. They just don't care. They're like, oh, we don't understand. It's like, okay, but you know fuck. You know pussy. You know, like a lot. Like, actually, you do know a lot of these words. Like, come on now. My cat is wondering why a strange lady is in my room talking to me. Aww. He's confused about TV sometimes. My cats completely ignore the TV. I'll show you guys my cat briefly. He's there next to that giant cardboard box. But yeah, I'm like drenched in sweat. This is horrible. I'm so sorry. I don't know what I'm gonna do about streams because I do have this fan, but I can't have it on during the stream. It would be too noisy. So I'm just gonna have to like sweat. Or maybe like we'll make a shorter stream. I will. My friend's been bugging me. I'm gonna launch my VTuber hopefully soon, and then that way I can just be sweaty and gross, and it won't even matter. You won't see my sweaty face. You'll just see like a really cute anime avatar. And I want to stream the Yakuza games from 0 all the way up to the new one. So yeah, hopefully we can do that. That is my dream. Someone said, is it generally safe to stay out late in Tokyo? It is. Like, honestly, people always say that like Kabukicho is dangerous. I've been pissed drunk in Kabukicho at all hours of the day and night, and Japan is very, very safe. Like, I cannot reiterate this enough how safe Japan is. However, there's dickheads in every country and there's creepers in every country, so you're never 100% safe anywhere. And people also take advantage of the fact that Japan is safe to do this. So just keep on your guard. It doesn't matter where you are, what country you're in. Keep on your guard. It is safer at night though, particularly compared to my hometown in England. Oh my god, streaming the Yakuza games would be great. Yeah, I really want to... Yeah, I'll start from 0. 0 is one of my favorite games. And I will cry a lot. And I just got The Witcher 3. I'm not sure if you guys... I think The Witcher 3 is actually my favorite game of all time. And it was only 500 yen on the Steam summer sale. Maybe it's still 500 yen. And yeah, I also want to stream that at some point because I love that game. And they did like a complete graphics rehaul. So it's a lot... It looks different to when I last played it. And I did last play it on PlayStation. And now I'm playing it on PC. You're glistening. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm so sweaty. Like, I can feel it. It's so gross. Like, this part, yeah. I'll figure out something, I don't know, because I called my landlord and I asked if I could get an aircon put in this room, and he said it's fine, but I think it will cost me like 80,000 yen around, and I already, this month I had to pay like 100,000 yen in bills, so maybe not this month. definitely the opposite of safe here. We're trying to fix that. Yeah, like, I don't think anyone, particularly, the thing is like, when you say is it safe, like, it depends who you are. Like, if you're a guy, you're probably safe unless you follow like a tout into a bar, you're fine. But for women, nowhere is like really 100% safe. You just gotta be careful. I Hate You by Woods is one of my faves too. Just remembered. Okay, I'm gonna screenshot that. Cece said, "Hi Bunny, I just wanted to say because of you I got into Denshi and I've been buying a lot of clothes from Winnie. Yay! I'm hoping to buy a set from Mumu in the future when shipping is available to my country." What is your country? I'll tell Mumu and see if we can do something. This is their first time shipping overseas, so they're not so good. Like, they didn't know you had to get a bunch of permits from each country. But that makes me really happy. I really love Tenchi, and Tenchi is so popular in Japan. I hope that Tenchi becomes popular overseas, and Tenchi is really, really evolving. I love that it has the very masculine, the very genderless shapes, but like silhouettes. But they're also making like really girly ones too. They're making like more cyber, they're making more cutesy, they're making like Ryo Sangata style, and it's really, really exciting. And yeah, I'm just really happy with how fashion is right now, and I'm really, really happy when people wear Tenchi. I'm not sure if you're in the Discord, but if you are, you can post pictures in J Fashion. Maybe I'll post the Discord again. I will be better at checking J Fashion. I've been bad at that. Thank you guys. I'm in Denmark. We don't ship to friggin' Denmark? Okay, I'm gonna speak with them. I'm sorry. Lame. Glitch said I want to wear some Tenchi soon. I think you would look very good in Tenchi. So yeah, here's a Discord. Nichan said, I can't bring myself to play the older Souls games after Elden Ring. Stakes of Marika have spoiled me. No more runbacks. Yeah, I remember playing Demon Souls back in the day, and I played Bloodborne, Elden Ring. I haven't got that far into Elden Ring, but yeah, they're pretty sick. But my love, Witcher 3, is calling me back to it. I also have Dave the Diver, and I've been playing with that, and that's pretty fun. But I don't know, it's like I'm not good at like puzzle games. I'm really bad at puzzle games. Miyuki said, you have to tell me how to pronounce your name. Tenchi is such a good and comfortable style. I love the white and blue colors together. I love it so much. Tenchi has like really angelic, girly aspects, and then it has like cyber, then it has genderless, then it has like more masculine. It can be like, there's also like hospital themes and medical themes, which are really, really cool. It can lean into like mental illness and stuff like that. It can be about staying home and just playing video games. I love it so much, and I really hope that a lot more Westerners wear it and enjoy wearing it, so I think it's really, really cute. And that's the thing, like, I've had some outfit ideas I've wanted to do, but it's just been too hot. Oh my god, Glitch, you wrote, oh yeah, I forgot to post my fit pics, but I read it as, oh yeah, I always forget to post my feet pics. I'm like, I didn't know we were posting feet pics. Yeah, I love the real sound Tenchi because the androgynous shapes aren't super helpful as a boxy girl. No, I feel you though, because I love boxy Tenchi, and I have a bunch of big t-shirts, but because I have like quite big boobs, like I'm not like, it sounds like I'm humble bragging, but like when I wear a big t-shirt, the t-shirt just over my boobs and just goes straight down, so I look like a spatula. It just doesn't look good on me, unless I like bind my boobs down, which I do sometimes. So yeah, it's better if it has some kind of like cinched in waist. So that's why, like, when I made the Moo things, I tried to do that with that in mind, where it gives you a silhouette where you still have kind of like a waist. That was my, because actually when I started designing for Moo was the end of last year, because it takes such a long time, right? So at that time I wanted to make more girly designs, and now a lot of other companies are also doing girly Tenchi designs, so I'm really, really happy. It's like evolving exactly how I wanted it to evolve. I'm so happy. I love Tenchi so much. But like ACDC Rag, they went to some cons overseas, and they said that Tenchi doesn't sell very well yet, but they're hoping that it picks up. My thing is that if there's an anime with a Tenchi character, that propels the West to like it a little bit more. And Asakano, なんだっけ, what's it called? 明日私は誰かの彼女 Tomorrow, whose girlfriend will I be tomorrow? That thing with Yua got really popular, and that's why Judai got really, really popular, I think, in the West because of that. So if we can get like a Tenchi character in manga or anime, and Oshinoko did have a kind of like Tenchi Kaiwai girl almost, but she wasn't that popular. Mieki is a Polish word for soft. But I don't know how to explain how you can say it, but the way you say it is fine also. You're very, very nice. You know what else is Polish? Witcher 3, my favorite game. I have one Polish friend in Japan, and I make him read the Witcher books to me sometimes. It's really fun. Oh my god. I think I'm gonna have to go soon. I'm like aggressively sweating. It's not cute. You've earned that brag. Thank you. I didn't do anything though. They just grew on their own. Bunny, if I recall correctly, I remember in one of your videos you mentioned translating visual novels. Do you personally play or have any recommendations? I recently finished Tono. I don't actually. I don't really like yakuni. Like oppositely, conversely, if you guys have any visual novel recommendations, I would like that. I've only really translated visual novels, and I'm not allowed to say what they are because NDA, but one of them was really, really, really popular, but it was like a boys one, and it was quite sexual. So yeah, I wouldn't mind. And I don't know, like otome visual novels, sometimes like the boy characters can be very toxic, but if you got any good visual novel recommendations, then let us know. Same for anyone in the chat if you guys know any. I mean, I play Doki Doki Literature Club. I should play more. I feel bad because like I did translate like 6 or 7, I think. Yeah. And one of them, like, it takes a long time. Like, one of them took us like 3 or 4 months. Like, it was huge because it's just text. Cece said, right now, at least in Europe, Jedi and Lolita is the most popular, but Tenchi is slowly making its way here. I think that's hilarious because when I moved to Japan, Jedi wasn't a thing. So it's good to see like trends are progressing because sometimes the West is a little bit behind on Japanese fashion, and like I know like a lot of Westerners were wearing like a lot of styles that just weren't being worn here. Like, I don't want to say like decora isn't really popular, but decora isn't really a thing. There is like the last year or so there has been a resurgent movement of decora, but it's not really a thing anymore. So like it's nice to see like the West and the Westerners wearing Japanese fashion like the same way as Japanese people at the same time is nice, because before there was kind of like this gap. So yeah, that's interesting, and I think the internet and I think Instagram for that. Okay, I overslept. Good morning, princess. I personally love those by Nitro Plus. Okay, I'm gonna screenshot that. Oh my god, my friend told me about this visual novel game. It was, I think it's an eroge, so like a sexy one, but it was for a man. It was about this man, you're the protagonist, and you meet this sexy woman, but the whole world turns disgusting. Like everything looks like rotting meat and like flies and maggots. It's all gross. But the only thing that doesn't look like that is this really sexy like devil woman who just looks like a cute girl. And you know, like you spend the game with her trying to figure out why the whole world looks gross. Like everyone who walks around looks like disgusting zombies, like fleshy and gross. Everything looks like meat. And then you find out at the end of the game that actually the only thing that looks fleshy and gross is her. She's like a succubus, and she made you see the world to look like her. And at the end, you can choose either stay how you are now, where everything looks disgusting, but you have like a really sexy girl who's in love with you, or change so you can go back to seeing the world how it truly is, but then she looks disgusting. Like, you have the option. And I forget, he told me the name, but I forgot. Like, I would like to find that one. I think that sounds quite interesting. The Denpa genre. I need to research more about visual novels. I see Himekaji a lot in Europe, and it would probably be bigger if it wasn't for the 400 € archive. Liz Lisa resellers. Yeah, I really love Liz Lisa. I think Liz Lisa will always be popular, mainly because it's like Lolita but more toned down. It's like more comfortable. I'm sad that you guys are getting scalped like that, actually, because actually, like, now Liz Lisa is pretty reasonable, like, compared, like, because I think I mentioned before about, like, Encre Rouge, like, doubled and tripled in price, but Liz Lisa only rose a little bit or stayed the same. Like, you can still get a really nice dress for, like, around 10,000 yen. So, good job, Liz Lisa. Well, Japan is a test market for international brands. Yep. I want to do some black and white decor looks and some rainbow ones. That would be good. Yeah, the monotone decor looks kind of cool. Erunion? Yeah, I met them at the fashion walk and they were very nice. Saya no Uta. Oh, I think that's it. Like, let me Google this. I think that rings a bell. Saya no Uta. This is it. Oh my god, this is... Thank you so much. This. Yeah, I want to play this. Okay, maybe I'm going to play this. If it's on Steam, I will play this. As long as it's not, like, lolly shit. I love that you guys all know what I'm talking about. That's hilarious. Degenerates. But yeah, I will probably play this one. And there's a hot girl who isn't meat, I think. Sentences I never thought I would hear you say. Shrek. Baby or AP. Honestly, now I've been a diehard AP fan for the longest time, but now I only like Baby, and I think I'm just gonna sell most of my angelic pretty dresses and buy Baby because I like the more old school look now. I think it's more timeless, and I also think it's better made. Like, Baby stuff is just like the lace is more intricate, everything's a little bit better made, whereas angelic pretty is just like printed stuff. So yeah, I think I want to buy more Baby. There is video essays about pretty much every visual novel out there. Maybe I'll just watch a video essay, yeah. They call her TikTok-chan. Oh my god. Who do they call TikTok-chan? Saya no Uta? A really good visual novel is Digimon Survive. Okay, that sounds sick, actually. I love Digimon. Imagine the first series, but as a horror with actual danger of the kids dying. Okay, that sounds sick. I'll watch that. I'm gonna screenshot that. Yay. AP and Baby is so much more expensive now. I don't know. Like, I don't really go in there anymore. Like, I normally just buy stuff secondhand. Yeah. I feel like it's like the dresses used to be like 34,000 yen each. So if it's more than that, then wow, because that's a lot of money. I used to buy some new ones back in the day, but I would not do that now. The economy is bad. Like, I swear, like 5 years ago, or like before the pandemic, I used to buy new angelic pretty all the time, but I couldn't do that now. Maybe just my priorities changed. The girl you showed. Also, Pinterest-chan. That's funny. Why did I call her TikTok-chan and Pinterest-chan? That's funny. Lady Devimon or Angelwoman. Angelwoman is great. Angel. I don't even know how to pronounce her name. But I always wanted to cosplay her because she's hot. Yeah, me too. I think she's the better option. Digimon was great. I might didn't they make a remake of Digimon? Maybe I'll watch that. Yeah. There are some anime I am watching right now. Maybe I mentioned this on the last stream, but I'm watching this anime called Akaneko. like red, no wait, akaneko ramen, or ramen akaneko, I forget where the ramen part comes, but it's about this woman who starts working part-time at a ramen shop, but it's run by cats, and it is very cute. Let me find the poster. Ramen akaneko neko. It looks like this. The art style is pretty interesting. And this guy is voiced by the guy that plays Way of the House Husband main character, and also it has Kiryu's voice actor as a side character. So it has like a little bit of a Yakuza feel. It's really, really cool. I really recommend this anime. I'm watching this now, and I'm watching there's an anime I was supposed to watch today, but I didn't watch it yet. なんだっけ? Nitengo Jigen Yu Sho? You something? 2.5 dimension seduction or something. Yeah, that one. There's a character I want to cosplay from there, but I don't really cosplay from stuff unless I really, really like it. So I'm gonna watch the anime first and see if I like it, and then if I like it, then I'll cosplay it. Dun, dun, dun. But yeah, I feel like I was watching, there's another anime I was watching about like the Russian girl who says stuff in Russian, and like her classmate who's Japanese can understand Russian for some reason, I forget why, and it's kind of like a romance. I'm also watching that. Tsuda Kenjiro. Yes. I love Way of the House Husband. Chronically online girls make edits and have their PFPs having never played the game. No shade though, I'm also guilty of this. That's hilarious. I try to watch the thing. Okay, I try, and yeah, I feel like I've watched the thing of everything. The last things I cosplayed is like my thing is I'm so dumb, like I just can't remember the names. I complete this game. The one with the girl, she's like a VTuber. Not a VTuber, she's a streamer. Needy girl overdose. Yes, okay, I complete that game and I cosplayed her. But I didn't complete the game before I cosplayed her. I think I was like halfway through, but I cosplayed her, and I cosplayed Chitose from Licorice Licoire. But I only watched half the anime when I cosplayed her too. But I did end up watching the whole thing. My cat is secretly a dog because he sure loves eating dog food over cat kibble. I love that. I accidentally bought dog food by accident last month, and it had a giant picture of a dog on it, so I'm honestly not well. I don't know why I bought it. And I tried to feed it to my cats and hope that they wouldn't notice, but they didn't like it, so I had to go and buy them cat food. Man. Like, come on. I have to eat stuff I don't want to eat sometimes. Jesus, you think I want to eat like instant ramen every day? No. But yeah. Anyways, guys, it's getting like ridiculously hot. I'm like wet. So I should probably go soon. But I will say I do feel much better now that I spoke to you guys about what happened. Thank you so much for coming to my stream. I do feel much better now. And yeah, stay safe, guys, and have a nice dinner or whatever time it is there. I did eat dinner actually, and I made a dessert, so I'm gonna go eat that. I made that like Filipino dessert with coconut milk and condensed milk and jelly and fruits, and yeah, hopefully it tastes good. Yay, the live stream was fun. That's happy to hear. Thank you guys. I do feel much better now actually. Not gonna lie, like I was still kind of like shaking, but I feel completely calmed down now. Thank you so much. Streaming is very not lethargic. The word that sounds like lethargic. What's the word? I honestly, the heat just fries my brain. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. Yay. Oh darn, I'm too late. Christina, next time, I'm sorry. Go back and watch the live stream. I told a very not fun story, but yeah. Thank you guys. Have a good evening and see you in the next one. Bye.